Hi guys, this is Shukesh once again, and today I will be doing a quick speed test in between these two smartphones. Here on my left I have the all new Moto E4 Plus priced at 10,000 rupees, and it has a 5000 mAh battery. That's the standout feature. On my right hand I have the Redmi Note 4, and I want to mention that I have the 3GB RAM variant that is priced at 11,000 rupees. There is also a 10,000 rupees version with 2GB RAM, but since I am doing a speed test and RAM management test, I think the RAM should be the same and the price difference is just 1000 rupees. Now, which smartphone is faster in day-to-day life usage, in launching applications and games? Well, Redmi Note 4 is a much more powerful device than this Motorola smartphone. The benchmark score is actually more than twice, so you can see the difference. You get Snapdragon 625 8-core 2 GHz processor on the Xiaomi smartphone, whereas the Motorola smartphone here is running on MediaTek 6737 processor, which is clocked at 1.3 GHz, and it's also a 4-core processor. The RAM is same as I mentioned before, the storage are also same, and it's worth mentioning that the Android version on the E4 Plus is 7.1.1, whereas you're just getting Android 6.0.1 on the Redmi Note 4. So Android Nougat might actually help this new Lenovo smartphone to speed up the user interface. In fact, after updating the system applications, the user interface is actually faster than before. So let's get started with this speed test, and first I will do a boot test. Though the screen of Redmi Note 4 is off, the shutdown process is actually going on in the background. Now let's turn on the phones. Well, Redmi Note 4 is ready and E4 Plus has not even started the animation. So definitely in the boot test, Redmi Note 4 is the winner. Now before I check the system and third-party applications, I want to quickly do a fingerprint scanner speed test. A lot of you guys have been complaining about the fingerprint scanner on the E4 Plus. So let's see how does it perform against the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. Well, it's definitely slower than the Redmi Note 4. Let's try again. Yes, once again it's slower. Let's switch hands to make this test fair. As expected, it's quite slow. Though it's slow, there is no other issues, that is, it detects the fingerprint quite well. There is no hardware issue, only the sensitivity is slower. Now let's try some system applications. Let's start with the dialer, and well, they were very close, though I think Redmi Note 4 was momentarily quicker. On the messaging application, definitely Note 4 is the winner, and next we have the cameras. Once again, the Xiaomi smartphone is the faster one. You cannot really compete with Snapdragon 625. The gallery application is also much quicker, mainly because the Google Photos application is really very slow. There we also have the Play Store, and once again the Xiaomi smartphone is the winner. Next, let's try the YouTube application. As usual, Redmi Note 4 is the quicker one. So E4 Plus is not even close in this competition. Now we also have some third-party applications like the Photoshop apps. There I have the Photoshop Express, and well, E4 Plus was really very close, but again the Xiaomi smartphone is the winner, of course. Next we have the Photoshop Mix, and as usual Redmi Note 4 is the winner. Next we have the Adobe Lightroom. Again, very close, but still Note 4 is the faster one. It's worth noticing that third-party applications are opening quite fast on the Lenovo smartphone. The system applications I tried, like the dialer, messaging or the gallery applications, were actually different. So for third-party applications, when the apps are actually same, this Lenovo smartphone is actually not that much slow. But of course, so far there wasn't a single incident where this Lenovo smartphone wins. Well, there is an ad on the Xiaomi smartphone, so this test is not valid. Let's try the next application, which is the CNET app. Well, for the first time, E4 Plus actually wins the test. Well, before I check the games, let's quickly try the Flipkart and Amazon applications. Well, Redmi Note 4 actually loaded quicker, but it refreshed. There we have the Amazon application. Well, it's a draw. I think they responded at the same time. So far, of course, Redmi Note 4 is the winner. There is no doubt in that. Snapdragon 625 is much more capable than the MediaTek processor you have on this Motorola smartphone. Now it's time for the gaming check, which is the most crucial part, and since you have a 720p screen on the Motorola smartphone, the pressure on the GPU is actually much less. Let's start with the entry-level games, then I will check the hardcore games as well. Stay tuned. As expected, the Xiaomi smartphone is much faster. E4 Plus is still loading. Next we have Subway Surfers. As usual, Redmi Note 4 is the winner. Now it's time for the high graphics games. Let's start with Modern Kombat 5. Once again, Redmi Note 4 is faster. E4 Plus is also ready. So E4 Plus is actually not that slow, but Redmi Note 4 is damn fast. Next we have Asphalt 8. Well, surprisingly, this time E4 Plus actually beats the Redmi Note 4, so that's really nice, but I think this is an exception, and let's try a few more apps. There you have Brothers in Arms 3, a very graphics intensive game. Well, Redmi Note 4 is ready and E4 Plus is also ready, so that's really nice. Let's quickly check Asphalt Extreme as well. Well, once again, Moto E4 Plus actually beats the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4, so I'm actually quite impressed considering the specs. E4 Plus is actually faster than its competitors like Nokia 3 especially. I will do a speed test in between Nokia 3 and E4 Plus, so check the description below for the link. There you go, Redmi Note 4 again loads the game before the Motorola smartphone. But the E4 Plus, as I just mentioned, is actually not that much slow. Overall, considering the price and the specs, Redmi Note 4 is obviously a much better performing phone, but E4 Plus is actually not that bad. Now it's time for the RAM management check, and as I mentioned before, you have 3GB RAM on both devices, but you have stock UI on the Motorola smartphone, and the Android version is Nougat 7.1.1, which is almost latest. So let's see whether the 4th generation Moto E Plus can beat the Redmi Note 4. Well, as you have seen, Google Photos application actually reloaded on the Moto E4. Note 4 still has it in the RAM. Let's try a few more apps. There we have Photoshop Express. Well, both devices still have it in the RAM. Let's try this older application, and well, both reloaded. So none of these phones still have it in the memory. Now let's try the YouTube app, and once again both are reloading this application. Let's try Flipkart. Well, E4 Plus still has it in the RAM, and looks like Redmi Note 4 actually reloaded. It's getting really very confusing. Let's try a few more apps. Let's actually reload the games. And as you can see, Moto E4 Plus did not actually reload. It's still in the RAM of the smartphone, whereas Redmi Note 4 is reloading from the start. So I think the new Moto E Plus 4th generation offers better RAM management. Let me load few more games to be sure. There we have Modern Kombat 5, and well, it's still in the RAM of the E4 Plus, and Redmi Note 4 is reloading. I am actually very much surprised. I mean, with just 3GB of RAM, this E4 Plus is handling so many applications. In fact, flagship devices with 4GB of RAM cannot handle so many games. Let me try Asphalt Extreme as well, and as you can see guys, Asphalt Extreme is also in the RAM of this new Motorola smartphone, so that's really crazy. More background applications mean more battery usage, and as you have got a 5000 mAh battery, that should not be a big problem. So overall, in the RAM management test, surprisingly E4 Plus beats the Redmi Note 4 despite having the same amount of RAM, but in the speed test, definitely Redmi Note 4 is the sure winner. That's all in this video guys. Thanks a lot for watching. More interesting videos are on the way, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day guys.